Nothing like a good coffee to start making videos again. Okay, hi everyone and welcome back to this channel. It's been a month since I made a video and I thought I should get back with another reptile room tour. Now I have done only one in the 3 years that I've been making YouTube videos, and from now on I will probably be making 2 of those videos. I don't want to make 3 or 4 like other YouTubers, because I feel like you guys are just gonna be watching the same thing. Okay, now at least a lot for me, a lot has changed since I made my last video, and obviously it's gonna be a good time to show you all the changes that have been here. I have less animals now than I did before, and that is okay. It's always better to just keep what you can take care of. Don't have way too many animals, and just focus more on what you really like. But instead of me just talking, let's go ahead and start this reptile room tour. Alright, let's begin this room tour. And as always, I do have to warn people, whoever comes in here, that they cannot be touching my lizards without my permission. Alright, since last time we started on the right side of the room, this time we're gonna start here, because this is really the stuff that hasn't really changed a lot. And this is the wall of, well, it should be of all of my geckos, but I actually have geckos on the other side. This is what I call my Grand Gecko Hotel. But in the future, once I make my bigger room, all of my geckos will be on the same wall. At least, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. But yeah, let's start with my probably least common geckos that I have, my leopard geckos. So I have 2, male and female. And this is the setup for my male. This is Domino. They always hide right here on their humid hide. Oh, a little squirmy today. Okay, but well, alright. At least you guys can see it here. And yeah, this is my male. Now, hopefully, as I said last year, hopefully this is the year where I get to breed these leopard geckos. This is my second favorite morph. This is a Pied Galaxy. And well, wish me luck. Let's go ahead and show you the female. Their setups are very, very similar. I just basically have, the necessary stuff, some hides, obviously a humid hide. For the girl, I do have a digging box. I do want her to get used to it. But, what makes a big difference is the background, and it does make a big difference because they do climb it, and they climb it a lot. So yeah, this is my female. This is Hershey's. They are so pretty. Beautiful. Alright, now on the bottom row, let's start on this side. So this is a bioactive setup. It's full of plants. Got the bromeliads. I think that's an umbrella plant. A Swiss cheese, and I also have a little pothos on the other side. And this is the home of Elliot and Olivia, my riverine leaf-tailed geckos. This is the only leaf-tailed gecko species that I have, and man, I love these geckos. And a really cool thing about it, is that last year I actually got eggs from them. Now I do have to give the bad news. The baby that I actually kept, it actually passed away. I think that it was because one of the days, during the winter, obviously this just happened like 2 weeks ago, I did not turn on the heater. I actually forgot about it. I forgot to turn on a room heater, and it probably got a little bit too cold. Now, this species is supposed to be okay with cold temps, but that one being a baby, maybe it affected them a different way. But this is my female, and male and female look basically exactly the same. The only difference is that the male is gray, and the female is a little bit more white, I guess, like kind of white and black. But you know, for those of you that don't know, you know, this species is not usually this chunky. This is my female, and what this means is that she's actually gravid. So I will be expecting some eggs from her, you know, hopefully by next month, and well, 3 months after that, hopefully I get some babies again. And this time, I am keeping them. You know, there's no way that I'm gonna sell them or anything. I'm gonna keep them. Make sure that I end up with at least one of the babies that you know, are produced here. Okay, moving on to the next. This is another bioactive setup. Although I do have to say that this one is not doing as good as the other one. You know, I did have a couple more plants in the beginning and they died. But you know, it is what it is. I added one plant like all the way to the back that I completely forgot what the name of it was, and I usually save the papers or something, but I lost it and whatever. But I do have this big plant, and you know, I also forgot the name of it, as well as this one. You know, sometimes I just see a plant that I like. You know, I try to Google it if it's safe for reptiles, and I buy it if it is. But yeah, the only one that I remember is that one. Is some kind of green puddles and the bromeliads. But yeah, this is actually the setup for Kaiju, my Leachianus gecko. And maybe you guys haven't noticed it, but he's actually right here. All right, man, he's getting strong. But yeah, and big. Look at him, chunky. Now he actually started eating. Finally, insects, which is freaking cool. You know, he's been eating superworms and roaches, which is really cool. Cause man, for the longest time, I've been trying. So ever since I got him, I've been trying to feed him insects, and the only thing that he would eat is just the mix. But whatever, you know. Point is, he's now eating, and it's really cool. Cause you know, I do like my lizards to always eat as many things as possible. Because, you know, obviously always a variety is always good. Hey Kaiju, don't need the camera, okay? Well, I just noticed that I didn't have my microphone facing my way. So you guys probably hear a little bit better now. And well, it is what it is. I definitely need to upgrade to a better microphone so I don't have to be changing it. But this is the next setup. This is the setup for Grumpy, my knobtail gecko, my rough knobtail gecko. So at the moment, this is my only arid setup that I have. So I have several succulents, you know, and an aloe plant, an elephant bush, something, and that thing right there. That's alive. These are fake plants, but I have no idea what that is. And he should be on his cave. Right there. Hello, Grumps. As most nocturnal species, you know, obviously he wants to be hiding, but even though they are nocturnal, you know, all the species that I have, I still get to see them during the day. Even if, you know, they are not obviously walking around their enclosure, I still get to see them. And if I feed him right now, he will come out. There you go, look. He's so used already to, you know, to being fed that if I get close and stay here for a while, he will probably think that I'm about to feed him. Okay, now for the last gecko on this wall, he will be here in the bottom, and I have to put this thing because, you know, I am getting old. And I'm gonna see if I can find him, because this guy doesn't really come out during the day, you know, not a lot. He will sometimes, you know, come out, walk around, and then go back to sleep, almost like inspecting what's going on around. But yeah, this is Exodia, my frog-eyed gecko, or also known as wonder gecko. Now this is a species of gecko that I've been wanting for a long time, and you know, I am hoping that I will find the female. Because man, these guys are freaking cool. They look so cool. And I love the fact that they are great eaters. So yeah, wish me luck. hopefully I can find a female and maybe start producing them. Oh, he's angry now. I made him angry. The way that I can tell is because he's trying to look bigger. Now I'm gonna leave him alone, you know, I don't want to stress my animals. So, say goodbye to Exodia. Now what changed on this side is that I actually rehomed my Pictus geckos, you know, my pair of Pictus geckos. Now I did find somebody that was really interested in, you know, in these geckos and already had experience with nocturnal geckos. So I think I made the right decision, you know, for them and for me. But yeah, this is just an empty setup actually. This is what I'm kind of hoping that will be the future setup of actually the newest gecko that I have. Yeah, that one is also empty, you know, and this is actually the only setup that I haven't cleaned. I have been cleaning so many setups, and the reason why is actually because I am trying to adapt 2 wood enclosures that I have so that I can use only one UVB light. But before we start with the color lizards, you know, let me show you this setup right here. Because after this, you guys are gonna see 3 setups of color lizards. But yeah, this is actually the very first bioactive setup that I made. You know, this is the home of Kefla, my boy's forest dragon. And you know, most of these plants are actually the ones that I began with. You know, the only one that is new is this one, and it's not doing too good. I'm not exactly sure why, but in the middle, the plants that I put, they keep dying. Now, one thing that I do know is that I need to already add more substrate. You know, obviously that might have to do. But the weird thing is that you know, it's low on this side, but it's high on that in the back. So I'm not exactly sure if that has actually anything to do with it. I do know that most of the isopods actually stay around that area, but you know, as far as I know, they only eat dead plants and, you know, dead stuff, not new plants. But yeah, Kefla is right here. Actually, she doesn't really hang a lot right there, so I'm not exactly sure why she's right there. But yeah, let me show you this girl, because man, this is a dream species of mine, you know, a boy's forest dragon. I still remember the first time that I saw them, you know, on a picture, in the beginning of me using Facebook, and I cannot believe that I have one. Now I did see a male, you know, for sale, and you know, as much as I want to get them, you know, they are freaking expensive now. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sure that I will even be getting a male, but I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. But alright, let's start with the color lizards. So this is actually where I had my baby color lizards, and you know, like I said, you know, I am right now working on the wood enclosures, and one of those enclosures is actually where I had Zeus and Astrea, the first pair of color lizards that I've had. So that one is Zeus, the male, and you know, he's not a big fan of you know, people getting too close, and that's, you know, that's kind of normal. That is usually how males are. They are more skittish. But this is Kefla. This is, you know, I have to be honest, you know, this is my favorite lizard that I have. She might not be the prettiest or the most expensive, but man, I love this species. You know, these guys are, you know, they look amazing. They don't get too big, and they are so much fun to keep. You know, the fact that they are fast and they are amazing eaters. Whatever you put in front of it, they will eat it. As long as it's, you know, moving around, they will eat it. Oh, what was that, Astra? Look at her. So this is the mother of the babies that I have. Okay, but this is another setup for another color lizard. This is actually the newest color lizard that I have. Now this guy is a different locality, so that's why he's gonna, you know, that's why he's gonna look different. This is what is commonly known as a western color lizard or Bailey color lizard. You know, this guy, once he grows, you see the blue on the legs. That's normally how how it's gonna look on most of the body, but still with, you know, yellow lines and a yellow head and a white dewlap, which is really cool. You know, a lot of colors for for a single lizard. But yeah, this guy is still getting used to me, and it doesn't really help that he's being basically brood mating, because he has not been active at all. But he's starting to come out more, and you know, he's still eating good, so that's what matters. All right, and last little setup of Kali lizards. These are my baby Kali lizards. These guys are so freaking cute. But I have to be honest, you know, these guys are already 7 months, and they're not big. Now, I do know that it depends on the locality. Now, they are long. I'm not saying that they're not. You know, obviously they have grown a lot since they hatched. But they're not, like, their bodies are not big. Like, their heads are small, you know, everything. This is Nemo. This Kali lizard actually hatched with the arm like that. You know, it's like bent back. So that's the reason actually why I named him Nemo, because he has like a messed up arm. But yeah, I still have 3 of these guys, you know, from last year. Now they are looking really awesome. Like I said, you know, they look awesome. They run, they drink water, they eat, everything is good, except for the fact that they're not really growing a lot, which I'm not gonna say that something is wrong with them, but I do feel like they should be getting bigger, or you know, at least that they should be bigger. This could be normal, you know, the way that they are growing, and maybe I'm just overreacting. But okay, before I show you the newest geckos that I have, I'm gonna show you this setup, because right now it's looking like an empty setup. This is a 4x2x2, actually, for my Aki monitor. The reason why I'm saying that it's looking like an empty, it's because he's actually brood mating. Now, he has not come out yet. Now, I did turn on the light already. I was kind of hoping that he would be already awake by this time, but you know, I did took a peek in there, and no, he's sleeping. And you know, obviously I don't want to be bothering him. I prefer to just let him sleep. I don't really have the feeders right here. I just moved them so that I can show you this setup. This is actually the setup of the baby lift-tail gecko that just passed away, you know, a few weeks ago. I actually cleaned it, and you know, I started the process of making it, or at least trying to make it bioactive. You know, I'm kind of hoping that you know, once I get babies again, then they will be here, both of them. Well, you know, if everything goes right. You know, just to show you something quick, these are my domino roaches. The only roaches that I keep is pets, I guess, because one, they were expensive, and second one, they actually look cool. You know, I'm not a fan of roaches. I'm just gonna be honest, I don't like them, but these guys do look cool, so that's why they are pets. Something that not a lot of people have is grasshoppers. You know, a lot of people tend to think that they are illegal to keep them or to breed them and sell them and everything, but they are not. Okay, grasshoppers are completely legal, but I wouldn't say that it's a good idea to go outside and catch them, you know, and you know, feed them to your lizards. These guys are actually captive bred, which is really cool. But okay, time to show you the last 3 of my lizards, and I'm gonna start with the crested gecko. This girl doesn't actually have a name, and to be honest, it's because I've been putting her as available, you know, like to sell her. It's not that I don't like her, because I do. I love how she looks, that, you know, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't like crested geckos, but I do kind of want to focus on, you know, reptiles or lizards that not a lot of people have. And well, pretty much everyone has a crested gecko. But I have to be honest, you know, maybe if I've had a crested gecko before having a leopard gecko, I think I would be more interested in them. Man, I love the fact that they are really good eaters. You know, at least this girl, she's a really good eater when it comes to, you know, to live feeders. As soon as she sees them, she goes for it. And leopard geckos, they take so much freaking time to eat them. Okay, time to show you Frank. So this is the setup for my giant day gecko. You know, it's only a few months, so it's not looking giant. But yeah, this is Frank, and the only way that he will come out is if I feed him. But yeah, this is Frank, my giant day gecko. He's so freaking cool. Now, the only thing that I don't really like about him is that they are, you know, skittish geckos. But I do know that some people are actually able to tame them, I guess. You know, get them used to you, get them used to you feeding them. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. You know, obviously right now that I'm holding a camera, I cannot do it. But normally what I do is that I put a feeder on my hand and let him, you know, get the feeder, and, you know, just let him leave. I don't try to hold it. You know, that's something that I don't want to do. Try to you know, force handle him, because obviously that is not going to be a good idea. But look at them. They are so freaking cool. They look really cool. So yeah, that is Frank. Now, to show you the newest member of the family, this is actually somebody that I already made a video, you know, showing him. But, you know, first time that I show you his setup. Now, I do have to say that I never expected to keep a lizard in a critter keeper. And the reason why is because, like, I don't, you know, I never thought I would ever have a lizard that would be okay in something like this. You know, I actually do have a bigger one, which I will be cleaning. And, you know, maybe he will go in there. But this guy, it's the smallest lizard that I've ever had. And when I say small, I mean small. This guy actually grew already probably close to twice the size of what of what he used to be when I got him. So this is a chameleon gecko. This is Don Julio. No, not Don Julio, Don Julio, because he looks really cool. It's really crazy, man, to see such a little lizard. And, you know, they are actually really good eaters. You know, something that I do is that I actually open the lid, and I actually just hold the tongues right here. And this guy will come out, you know, all the way outside, and then, you know, just eat right here. That is something really cool. You know, not a lot of lizards will do that. Just, you know, they usually just grab the feeder and then leave. Once he grows, you know, it will be a lot better, a lot easier, I'm sorry, to look at him. But yeah, this guy is probably 2 months old, something like that, maybe a little bit older. I forgot, you know, at least at the moment. But yeah, this is the last lizard that I have. Well, okay, everyone, that was my reptile room tour. Now this, you know, this is a room that I am kind of hoping that this will be the last time that I'm gonna show you. And the reason why is because my actual reptile room is already beginning, you know, the construction of it. So hopefully by the end of the year, I will have all of this in a much bigger room, and, you know, more setups, and I will definitely have, you know, more lizards. Now, will they be different species? I don't think so. You know, I think that instead of getting, you know, a lot more different species, I'm gonna focus more on, you know, having what I have. I'm gonna focus more on the species that I am keeping at the moment. You know, I do have more stuff, like, for example, you know, my dinosaur story. You know, that is something that I'm not even sure that anybody is interested in looking. So that's, you know, that's the reason why I don't show it. You know, other stuff, like, for example, you know, my Ace Ventura picture. You know, that is my favorite movie. And as soon as I saw that, you know, as soon as I saw that this was available, I bought it. You know, as well as I also have this done. And I actually plan on getting another canvas like this one, but for Grumpy. But, you know, money. That is, you know, that is the problem all the time. I either spend money on art that I don't really need, or, you know, spend money on my reptiles that I don't need, but I need. I know you guys understand me. But alright, I guess this is gonna be the end. You know what, thank you so much guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a like, and please subscribe if you haven't. You know, make sure to let me know what you guys think of the room. If there is an improvement that I can make here, I will definitely do it. But you know, like I said, I am working on the 2 wood enclosures that I used to have. I actually forgot to tell you guys, but you know, I rehomed my beardy. And the reason was basically the same. You know, I want to focus more on the lizards that are more uncommon and rare. And you know, his enclosure and the enclosure that was for sales in Australia, you know, those are the 2 that I'm working on. But yeah, you know, that is the reason why these guys are in in tanks, even though I'm not the biggest fan of tanks for arid species. But alright, now that is the end of the video. You know, thank you again for everything, and I will see you next week.